I think my job is to establish the relevancy of MicroFocus as a brand, the relevancy of the solution that we have, that we design and extend to the customers like you, in light with the prediction that IDC has shared with you for 2019. So when you go through this slide, I think this is the 4 focus area that MicroFocus works upon. And all the solution lines that we have, that we propose to the customers like you, will fall within that 4 bucket. Let me start with enterprise DevOps. On enterprise DevOps, the prediction that IDC has shared, that 45% of CIOs will expand agile DevOps practice into the wider business to achieve the velocity necessary. Now here, the most important piece is that we have realized as an industry that developers are not good enough, I'd not say good enough, but they have been working in isolation for too long. That's the reason we have identified the requirement for DevOps, and now they are working with operation or QA, and there where the relevancy is coming in conjunction with the business needs. Now the benefit that comes in from security as well, that's the reason we don't only endorse DevOps, we endorse secure DevOps. Are you having a setup where we are in a position not only to deliver the application which is of business need, which is time bound, which is agile, which is reliable, which is automated, and if the whole solution is not secure, at the end of the day, there is one missing piece which has been left out. The purpose of engaging developers with operation is to complete the cycle in totality. And if you miss out security, it's not going to help. So I think the need is very clear when we say that in South Asia, 25% of the customers have already started their DevOps journey. I think there is a need to make sure that this journey has an integration and tightly integration with the security as well. So when you move forward with the SDLC cycle, from the very day of inception of this project, you need to include security. Otherwise, what will happen? The delay is going to happen. You cannot pinpoint and say that this is the date when you're going to deliver a complete application which is of a business need, which is complete secure. And at the later stage of a cycle, when you get into scanning of the complete application, you'll figure it out that there's a lot of vulnerabilities and all. And then it comes and goes to the same cycle of performance testing. You fix the vulnerabilities, again you do the performance testing. So I think that cycle need to be completed in totality, and security has to be in part of that. So the first prediction that IDC has shared, I think with the secure DevOps story that we have, I think MicroFocus definitely becomes one of the very relevant parties, or I would say partner, who could engage with customers like you with the solution set that we have. Second, if we move to hybrid IT management, I think the biggest challenge, I think everybody will agree that when you move few of your assets to cloud, it becomes very difficult to manage and have a visibility of the resource that you have. Secondly, how you're going to predict and make sure that you are following the compliance guidance, and also how the whole infrastructure is secure. So I think if the prediction, if you see 65% of A500 organization will have a multi-cloud management, do you have a solution from vendor who could cover the complete plethora of requirement that you have to deliver hybrid IT management, and in conjunction with the cloud assets that you have? MicroFocus is very well placed to do that. On security piece, I think the portfolio that we have in terms of covering from identity management to giving you the complete secure platform in terms of SIEM, and then taking feeds from application security from 45 platform that we have. It completes the solution that you need for an organization like you. I think a couple of people have asked in terms of when you are extending security as a service to the multiple geography that you have, what is the relevance of multi-tenancy and all? How can I have a visibility to comply with the geographic need in terms of data security? I think those capabilities are already there for very, very long. I think the most important piece here, and it came out during the course of our discussion in our panel discussion also, are we bringing the intelligence and the human experience and the expertise that is required to enforce those kind of policies? Tools are there. Tools have been there for very, very long. It has the capability to do that. So basically, if you see today's environment, we are talking about application, infrastructure, and information. Anything and everything that you are going to do will be around these 3 pillars. If you have a comprehensive security solution that could cover all these 3 pillars with multiple staging, multiple technology, multiple deployment with human expertise, I think that's where the benefit comes in. And in terms of the portfolio that we have from MicroFocus, I think we cover it end to end, not only infrastructure, but also when the last panelist spoke about encryption. can we have an encryption to secure the critical information and the most sensitive information that you have at the time when the breach happens? And if that happens, is there a load in terms of performance? If you're able to address that, I think you're good to go. Encryption has been there in space for very, very long. I think the voltage solution that we have is good enough to address that particular requirement and address the issues that we are talking about in terms of bringing additional latency when you enforce encryption in the data. Predictive analytics, again, by 2020, 60% of large enterprises will create data management or monetization capabilities. I think predictive analytics, it's a huge buzzword. The problem that is happening is many of the companies who have started their security journey, they tend to get into a scenario where they want to start from predictive analytics and then move backward. It's not going to give you the right result. We have the solution, and also we have enough experience to share this suggestion with you. I think it's a journey which is going to take you forward. If you don't have enough data set at the back end, I'm not sure how the predictive analytics is going to give you the right kind of result, because at the end of the day, you talk about predictive analytics when it comes to IoT, you talk about fraud management when it comes to risk, and then you talk about predictive analytics because you want to understand the pattern and you want to understand the trend, and based on that, you create some kind of ML or AI which will give you a certain trend. Based on that, you can take a call to retain your customer and make sure that your business grows. I think predictive analytics, we have been there, as I said, for very, very long. There are large enterprise deployment that we have done. And what we have realized that predictive analytics is something we need to be very, very careful when it comes to enforcing that. There is a lot of preparation that is required. Otherwise, it doesn't give you the right result. So predominantly, if you see MicroFocus as a company with the 4 key focus area that we have and the solutions that we have for customers like you, it's absolutely in line with the prediction that IDC has shared with you. It's always good to take that third-party opinion. It gives you the understanding that you are moving in a right direction. And the solution set, as I said, is absolutely in line with the way forward that we are going ahead with. So basically, just to conclude this discussion for today's session, I think we'll conclude it with the last video, where we can talk about how we build, transfer, and secure your infra and what value MicroFocus can bring in to enterprise customers like you. Can we have the video, please?
Innovation. It is the fuel that drives the engines of industry. The ability to innovate will define the businesses that not only survive, but actually thrive in the information economy of the 21st century. Yet with innovation and change comes risk. Today, business and technology leaders must balance the pressure to drive the new with the risk of failure. At MicroFocus, we believe the most important thing we can do is help our customers innovate faster with the greatest chance of success. Success in delivering new business services, in meeting the demands of their customers, and protecting sensitive data, even in a hyper-connected world. And at MicroFocus, we believe that the best way to deliver solutions for the future is to build on what already works, effectively bridging the old and the new. That's why our customers are better able to build the next generation of business technology, because they start from a solid foundation of today's systems. They operate the most advanced data centers, connect new mobile platforms, and expand into the cloud more easily. And they can implement more secure access to sensitive information, limiting the risk of a breach from external or internal attack. At MicroFocus, our promise to our customers is simple. They will be better able to build, operate, and secure the systems they need today, while creating innovation to drive their business into the future. We've been doing this for over 40 years for the most demanding customers in the world. We're ready when you are.
On behalf of MicroFocus, once again, I'd like to thank you for joining us today.